So this is our subject, industrial engineering and operation research. So first I will give you my introduction. Myself Sri Krishna Bhosle, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering, Sri Punjab Engineering, Pandharpur. I am working in the department for last 12 years. I have taught different subjects like manufacturing process, manufacturing technology, metallurgy, operation research, industrial engineering, etc. I have completed my BE in the same college in 2006 in BE production. Then I have completed my MTech manufacturing from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Technological University, Batu Lonere in 2009. And from 2013 onwards, from 2014, I am pursuing my PhD from NIT Silchar, and my PhD is in the last stage. So this is our subject. This is our particular industrial engineering. So what is there in this particular subject? So this is our teaching scheme. So theory lectures will be there 3 hours per week, practical 2 hours per week. Here ESC end semester examination will be of 17 marks. ISC internal in semester examination will be of 30 marks. ICA, that is term work, it is of 25 marks. So this is the particular overview of our particular subject. If we go, these are our course outcomes. So at the end of the particular this chapter, what students will be able to. So here our what are the subject name is there. It is of having combination of two subjects, industrial engineering and operation research. So first 3 chapters are related to industrial engineering, and second section 3 chapters are based on operation research. So in first chapter, that industrial engineering, what is the students will be able to, after learning that chapter, that syllabus we are going to study right now, but what is the outcomes are there that we are discussing here. So first outcome is analyze and measure the productivity in industrial engineering. Second, make use of method study to reduce downtime in the production using different recording techniques. Third, determine the standard time required for a job and evaluate the job merit rating. Fourth, develop operation research models and solve linear programming problems. Apply optimization principles to solve assignment and transportation problems. Analyze operation research model for scheduling of the project. So these 6 topics are there, and based on these 6 topics, these 6 COs are there. Okay, so these particular COs means outcome of that chapter. So what is the detailed syllabus and what is the contents of that particular chapters are there that we are going to study. So this is our first particular point, that is the section 1 syllabus is there. Here first chapter is introduction to industrial engineering. So here we are going for basic introduction, what is meant by industrial engineering. So that is definition, meaning of IE, that is industrial engineering. Contribution by F.W. Taylor, Gilbert. So how they have made their contribution in industrial engineering and how this particular subject was evolved. Okay, and how they have developed different principles of reducing the time. So that we are going to study. Objectives of IE, productivity. Again, what is meant by productivity? Factors affecting productivity and ways to improve the productivity. So first we should know what is the productivity. Then we have to understand by which factors the particular productivity is going to be decreased. And once we understand that factors, because of that productivity is reduced, then we can overcome to that particular factors. We can try to develop certain different systems and we can increase our productivity. Then work study, definition, objective, importance of work study, procedure, relation of work study with work simplification and human relation. So what do you mean by work study? Okay, so this is the nothing but the introduction of industrial engineering, which is very I can say important topic when you become a certain manager level post. If you're handling manager level post, or you are working on a assistant manager or shop floor manager or manager level work, at that time you have to be kept the record regarding daily production, monthly production, weekly production. Is that right? 3 months production, 6 month production. At that time, this particular industrial engineering subject came into the picture. So second part is their method study. Okay, so what is in their method study? Definition is their objective, scope of method study, basic procedures, symbols and recording of facts, charting conventions, charts like operation process chart, flow process chart, multiple activity chart, two-handed process chart, diagrams, flow and string diagram, travel part, travel chart, templates and models, micro motion study, Herbling's SIMO chart, critical examination and selection implementation method. So this is the particular syllabus is there. So what is by method indicate? So whenever raw material is converted into finished product, we are using a certain method. Is it right? We are using a certain method. If I told you that go on the lathe machine and prepare this job, when you are on the lathe machine, you are doing certain different operations. You are doing simple operations. Is it right? Or rather, if we go to the particular, let's take one more simple example. If your two-wheeler bike is there and it is not working properly, it is not, we can call it as the engine is not starting, etc. And you went to the mechanic. You went to the mechanic, that garage, and you told that mechanic this particular bike is not starting correctly, or it may require 2-3 kicks, or battery may be down, etc. And you do the work. So what he will do? He will start the disengaging that particular two-wheeler. Is it right? He will find out the problem. He will correct that problem, and again he will assemble it. So that method he is using. Is it right? And if you look at there, whatever the instruments required for that disengagement or assembly of that vehicle, that all instruments are with him only. It is not like that he is not telling that you go to the next garage and come with that particular spanner or that particular hammer, etc. So already that instruments are with us. Similarly, when in industry, let's take the example of manufacturing. When a car is manufactured, when two-wheeler is manufactured, initially that particular two wheels are not attached, or that handle is not attached. Initially that body is there, and in that body, whatever the required parts are there, these parts are arranged sequentially. Okay, so we call it as a workstations. So let's say chassis is coming out, then first on the chassis what should be mounted, on second time what should be mounted. So that method, that process is studied, and that process is set. So this is already known to us. But if new product is given to you, in that case, we have to think about that. What process we have to finalize? What process will be beneficial? Suppose in a shop floor, all of you are knowing our workshop. Do you know our workshop? Any reply?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's consider that at one corner of the workshop, milling machine is kept, and another corner of the workshop, diagonal I am talking about, one corner milling machine is kept, another corner lathe grinding is kept. And I told you, do this job, first do the milling operation and go for grinding. So, and I have given you 100 jobs. So what you are doing? You are doing first milling operation, immediately you are going to the grinding operation. That means you are moving to the grinding machine, and then you are going to do the grinding operation. And whatever the distance is there between two machines is too long. So whatever this job travel is there, it is too long. And in that some time may be required. Is it right? And if I told you I have given 100 jobs, within 1 hour all jobs should be completed. So that time it is not possible. Why? Because two machines are too long. We have to travel. We have to do the operations activity again for that activity. So milling is activity, grinding is activity. For that again some time is required. From moving the jobs from milling machine to grinding machine, some time is required. Instead of that, if I made the provision that grinding machine is kept at one corner and immediately next to that machine or side to that machine I have kept the grinder and told you make the particular 100 jobs in 1 hour. You might complete 90 jobs, but in first case where one machine is kept one corner and another machine kept at another corner, diagonally I am talking, in that case you might be completed only 60 jobs, 70 jobs. Is it right? Why? Because time travel is required. Whatever the travel time is there, that is considered. So here we are in this first chapter and second chapter, we are concentrating on such problems. Okay, we are concentrating on such a problem. Then and then we can improve the productivity. Otherwise, what is meant by productivity? Productivity is very simple language. The given time and produced parts, or incoming jobs and outgoing jobs. If 100 jobs are coming to on your workstation that you are working on machine or on your shop floor, if 100 jobs are coming, and at end of the day, if 100 jobs are processed and 100 jobs are going as a finished component, your productivity, we can call it as 100%. Whatever incoming is there, that is outgoing. But 100 jobs are coming and only 70s are going, 60 jobs are going outside. Then in that case our productivity is reduced one. And because of that productivity, efficiency, Birazar, you want to talk about efficiency. Efficiency is the, we can call it as the, it is measured. Efficiency is measured in, we can call it as the some power, or in another case, that means how effective you are, efficiency and productivity. So how much you are producing. Okay, so that difference, small differences are there. So that we are going to learn in this chapter. This is just introduction. Just we are concentrating on the introduction part. Efficiency is nothing but, what is the formula of efficiency? Birazar, can you tell me?
Yes, sir.
What is the efficiency formula?
Sir, output divided by input, sir.
Output divided by input. So if output is 90 and if input is 100, then 90 divided by 100.
100.
Is it right? But if
yes.
I told, this is the efficiency formula is there. But in case of productivity, if I told you produce the 100 jobs in 1 hour, so that at that particular condition, efficiency of human is there, but for machine it becomes productivity.
Okay.
Is it right? So like this, small differences are there. So we are going to study that. And here in this particular, we are not in this particular first two chapters, but if you look at to the third chapter, work measurement and job evaluation, definition, objective, techniques of work measurement, time study, stopwatch method, performance rating, allowance, relaxation, interference, contingency policy, calculation of standard time, work sampling, it is needed, and procedure, predetermined motion, time study, that is PMTS, job evaluation, objectives, advantage, procedure, job analysis, job description, job specification, method of evaluation, merit rating, objective and model of the, method of the merit rating. So here we are not going to study the process, but here we are making the evaluation of that also. So if I told you that go on the lathe machine and prepare 10 jobs, okay, prepare the 10 jobs, and I have provided the drawing. So you have provided 10 jobs, no problem. After preparing the 10 jobs, if I start the checking with the given diagram, whether all 10 jobs will be of same size, same dimensions. Can anybody reply? All 10 jobs will be of same size, same dimensions. Or there may be the difference between the dimensions or size? Size may be same, shape may be same, but what about dimensions? Whether all dimensions of all the jobs are same? Anybody reply? Anybody please reply?
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, maybe there may be allowance.
There may be
Allowance or tolerance.
tolerance. Yeah, that is correct. There may be some tolerance is there. So if I told you prepare the hole of 10 mm, so some holes may be of 10.2 mm, 10.1 mm, some may be 0.9, 9.8 mm, 9.9 mm, like this, or some may be of exact 10 mm. So that we have to consider here. That is comes under this work measurement. So allowances, tolerances, allowances are given for humans, that workers. So extra, if they are working for extra time, we are providing some extra money, allowances, etc., traveling allowance, petrol allowance, etc. Relaxation interference contingency policy. So if people are working, so if 8 hours duty is there, 8 hour shift is there, whether person is working for 8 hours continuously, whether persons can stand on that machine, he can work for 8 hours continuously. If our lectures are there for 5 hours per day, whether continuous 5 hours you can able to listen, whether a teacher can able to talk for 5 hours? No. So in between breaks are required. So that is called relaxation interference policy. So according to the company, it is different. Calculation of standard time. What do you mean by standard time? How many out of 8 hours particular shift, how many hours worker should work, how many hours that machine should run? Because if machine will run continuously, there may be the problem may create, maintenance problem may create, or some part maybe wear and tears may be there. So for every case in the particular industry engineering, the standard time is there. Work sampling is needed and procedure. So work sampling, how the if 1,000 jobs are there in industry, whether you are going to check all 1,000 jobs or you are picking up some samples out of that. So that what is that procedure is there to pick up the samples. So after that, how that particular job evaluation is done, job analysis is done. Okay. And after that, how the merit rating is given. Merit rating is nothing but, in another word, how that particular, we can call it as many times, this machine is very, very good, this bike is very, very good, this bike is not good. So how you are giving this merit? Many times you might be getting such survey questions. Put the marks out of 10, 8 marks, 6 marks, or a simple example, when we are going to the ATMs, when we withdraw the money, the feedback is immediately come on the ATM screen. Your feedback, good, moderate, or poor, like this. So that means we have to give certain ratings, how that facility is working, whether that ATM is working nicely, where it is easy, where it is, we can call it as a touch sensitive or not. So like this, the things we have to consider, and we are giving our rating, good, moderate, or poor, etc. So like this, in case of job is there. So whatever this industry engineering particular chapter subject is there, we are implementing this particular in our day-to-day life also. Many times our father may say to us, go to and do this work within 2 hours. So why he has given 2 hours to you? Because already he is knowing how much time is required to do this work. Let's say 1.5 hours is required, but as a allowance he has given you 2 hours. Is it right? So like this, in industry also, many times this standard calculations, standard study was made, and based on that they have decided that this much should be the particular outcome, this much should be the today's production, and that is measured. So this is my personal experience. I was working in Piaggio at that time. I was standing on the assembly line, and their daily production rate at that time was 70. Means for 8 hour shift, 70 assemblies should be completed. Okay, so like what they have set the target. And when I just that time just I was fresher, just passed out, just I have worked for 6 months there. But when I studied their back history, like logbook, at that time I found that previously it was 50, then it is increased to 55, 60, 65. Right now it is 70. And company want that after 1 year or after next 2 years, that particular 8-hour shift should produce 80 vehicles or 80 assemblies should be produced. So this particular study has been made to increase the productivity, to increase the production and reduction in the ideal time. So in industry, ideal time is very, very important. What do you mean by ideal time? Whatever break you are taking, tea break is there, lunch break is there. At that time, workers are not working, machines are stopped. So that is called ideal time. So industry want that ideal time should be reduced and effective time, that is the productive time, should be increased. And industrial engineering is totally, we can focus on that particular concept only to improve the productivity. And where the timings are wasted, where the lagging time is there, so that how we can fill up. So this is just an overview of the first particular section, section 1. This is the section 2. This is again related to operation research, another subject. So history and develop, first chapter, fourth chapter, or first chapter of section 2 or fourth chapter of total is introduction and LPP. What do you mean by introduction and LPP? History and development of OR. What do you mean by OR? Operation research. Methodology in operation research, OR models and their applications. Introduction to LPP, formulation problem, graphical method, simplex method. So here we have to understand what is the problem. Here we have to understand what is the problem. That problem should be converted into mathematical model, and then we have to solve that mathematical model. So OR, operation research, where it works in any area. Let's take the example of hospital. In COVID situation, whatever the 6 months before situation was there, beds are not available, oxygen is not available. So what is this? That is, we are not having the proper planning of operation research. Means operation research tells you what is the capacity of your hospital, how many beds are there, to whom it should be allocated. Again, doctors and nurses. Can a doctor or can one nurse can work for 24 hours continuously? Definitely no. Then after 8 hours, how the shifts are changing. So allotment of doctors, allotment of nurse, that is comes under OR. Today's news is there that Indian government has given the permission for aviation companies that they can run on 100%. Means aviation means flight companies. So whatever that aeroplanes are coming on the airport, how they are coming? If one company airport is coming at the same time as another company plane may be coming there, no. So their scheduling of the planes. Sometimes incoming planes are there, then leaving planes are there, outgoing planes are there. So how that schedule is maintained? That comes under OR. Then you might be knowing that our ministers, that finance minister, etc., are saying GDP growth and whatnot, 5 years plan. Is it right? So where that data is comes, how they are deciding this? So this is under again particular operation research models. You are going to the banks, different counters are there. Who designed that counters? So that under comes under this OR models. Military operations may be there. These are comes under this operation model, research model. So here, if you look at these problems, things. So here different problems are there. Problem of hospital may be there. Problem of aviation company may be there. Problem of government fund may be there. Problem of military base may be there. Okay, problem of bank may be there. So if you look at different types of problems are there, and all problems can be solved by this operation research models. Is it right? So here, this is a very interesting topic here. This second section is mathematical one. Here examples are there. We have to first create the examples, or already created examples we have to solve. Then chapter 5 is there. Chapter 5 is based on the assignment and transportation model. So what is meant by assignment and transportation model? So once, let's say you are working in a company, you are having manager, you recruit 10 people right now, and you have to give the work to that 10 people. So which work you will be you are going to give to them? So that you have to decide. So assignment, which work is given to that particular people, how you are giving to work to that particular people, whether they are able to do that work or not. So you have to understand their capabilities first, and then you have to assign the works. Is it right? Then maximization problem, minimization problem. So sometimes products are there, so we have to sell that products, we have to increase the profit, we have to reduce the particular expenditure. So that all problems are comes under this maximization, minimization problem. Then transportation model. What is meant by transportation model? The storage are at different sites, the particular outlets are at different sites, and market is at different sites. So we have to transport the goods from this point to another point. So how you are going to transport the good? How you are going to transport the good? The different transportation methods are there, by road, by railway. Is it right? That is we are not considering here. We are just considering here that how much is the cost of transportation and how it is reduced. Okay, for that different particular methods are there. That is NWCR matrix, minima method, VAM. Okay, condition for testing the optimality, Modi method is there. Okay, so that we are going to learn here, assignment and transportation model. Last one is the, we can call it as CPM and PERT. What is there in that CPM and PERT? Okay, so you are knowing that many times big projects are started and big projects are finished within certain times. Is it right? Let's take the example that we are starting the particular house construction project. So house construction project, if the contractor has given us the 2 years time, in 2 years that particular house will be constructed fully. Okay, and that particular 2 years time it is divided that 3 years maybe for some foundation work, 3 years for column and beams, 3 years for we can say for wall, then flooring, or sorry 3 months, like this. That whatever 2 years time is there, it is divided into 3 months. Then after 2 years, that means after 24 months, if we check that particular project, then it is found that still 3 month time is required, or at 24 months, it is found that yes, it is completed one, that all project or whatever the project is there, house construction, that is completed, house is ready. And take, so this is the one example. Take another example, that development of Mangalyaan. Is it right? So ISRO has today announced that yes, last time the Last time we have sent Mangalyaan to the Mangal, but this time one person we will send to the, along with that Mangalyaan to the Mangal. So how many days it requires? It may require 2 years, it may require 3 years, it may require 4 years, it may require 5 years also, it may require 10 years also. So there are two types of projects are there. One is called as fixed time projects and one is called as activity based projects. So 10 activities are there, one activity get completed, that much part is finished. So first part CPM, that is we can call it as the time based projects. Within 2-3 years, 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, within that time that particular project should be completed. And PERT, project evaluation and response technique. Here we are not completing the particular project. Here we are just taking, that means it is activity based project. After this activity, how many activities are remaining? It may be there that for one activity 4 years are required, and for next 10 activities hardly 1 year is required. So in PERT case, the time particular calculation or time evaluation was not there, but in case of CPM, definitely time constraint is there. It is the time based activities. So here if you look at to all the second section, initially the introduction of OR models and its application, formulation of the problem, and solving by graphical method or simplex method. Fifth chapter, assignment problem, transportation problem. And last chapter, CPM and PERT. So here, fundamentals of CPM and PERT network, CPM, construction of network, critical path, forward and backward paths, floats and their significance, PERT, time estimate, construction of network, probability of completing the projects by scheduled date. So here we are talking about some project size. So this is our syllabus. Then this is our ICA. Okay, internal continuous assessment. Total 6 assignments are there. Any 3 assignment based on the productivity, time study, method study from section 1, and any 3 assignments on LPP, assignment and transportation model, CPM PERT from unit 1 to 6, that of section 2. Okay, so this is the particular ICA. In practicals, we will go for some assignments, or I will provide you the assignment questions. You have to submit it. Textbooks. Industrial Engineering and Production Management by Markant Telsang, Yashchan publication. Engineering Management by A.K. Gupta, Yashchan publication. Industrial Engineering and Management by O.P. Khanna. Work Study by O.P. Khanna. Hamid Tha, Operation Research and Introduction, PHI. S.D. Sharma, Operation Research. This is the another book. Hirayan Gupta, Operation Research, Yashchan. N.D. Ora, Quantitative Techniques in Management, TMGH publication. Reference book, Introduction to Work Study by ILO, Universal publication. Operation Research by Hiller, TMGH. Swarup Kanti Gupta and P.K. Swarup Kanti Gupta PK and Manmohan or Yash Chand and Sons, New Delhi. So these are some books are there which we can use for our particular study. Then after this introduction, we are going to start our first chapter. We are going to start the syllabus immediately. This is our first chapter, Introduction to Industrial Engineering. Again, if you look at to the particular chapter 1, Industrial Engineering, what is the syllabus of that particular chapter? Definitions, meaning of IE, contribution by F.W. Taylor, Gilbert, objective of IE, productivity, factors affecting on productivity and ways to improve the productivity. Work study, definition, objective, importance of work study, procedure, relation of work study with work amplification and human relation. This is the syllabus of first chapter. Then introduction to industrial engineering. So what is IE deals with? Where that IE deals with? The IE deals with, it is a branch of engineering which deals with optimization of complex process or systems. This is the very important words. It is the branch of engineering which deals with optimization of complex processes or systems. So complex problems are there, and we have to convert that complex problems into simple problems, and we are required to solve that complex problems. Okay. At the same time, I concerned with designing effective system. So what do you mean by effective system means? Why that effective system words are highlighted. It means effective system means already there is a system and just we have to improve the effectiveness of that particular system. Is it right? So what is the first line is there? It is the branch of engineering which deals with optimization of complex processes or system. That is true. What are the complex problems are there? Complex processes are there. We have to optimize it. So that is okay. That particular sentence is there. But what is the second point is there? I.e. concerned with designing effective system. Effective system means the things can be modified which are already in exist. That means system is there. Already system is there, but just we have to go for improve the effectiveness of that particular system. Effectiveness in what sense here? Again, next question. So effectiveness may be in different sense. It may be improvement of productivity, improvement in benefit or profit, reduce the stress. Okay, providing good working environment, providing good things. So that may be there. Or effective systems can be developed, developing the best processes with the purpose of integrating people, machine and material resources for the improvement of the organization. Improvement of the organization means the industry in which you are working, for that improvement of that industry, that means people. Improvement in machines. So old machines are outdated machines. are get replaced with new machines. Outdated machines are sent to the scrap. New machines are brought. Operations can be easier and improved one. Material resources. What is the material we are using previously? Use a little bit higher quality material, good material, improve the particular functions or effectiveness of the output produced part. So that is called developing the best process with purpose of integrating people. People also required to integrate. Every year promotions will be there, payment, salary increment will be there, allowances will be increased. Where it can be possible. It can be possible through profit earned by the industry. IE carry out some analysis to achieve objectives of increasing productivity or profit. So industrial engineering, this particular branch carries out certain method study, work study. They have gone for some statistical analysis, and they found that if we do this particular, if we apply this theory, definitely productivity or profit can be increased. For that, first we should know, because of these reasons, profit or productivity is reduced. Let's take an example. If 8-hour shift is there, for that 8-hour shift, if 50 products are produced, and that 50 products were sold at 100 rupees. So company earn 5,000 rupees per shift. Is it right? Company earn 5,000 rupees per shift. Here we are not talking about how much workers are working, how much salary is given to that worker, what will be the electricity bill, what will be the other facilities, maintenance charge, etc. That we are not considering. We are just considering that 50 products are produced and that 50 products are sold out at 100 rupees, and because of that company earns 5,000 rupees per shift. Instead of that, that company has made certain analysis. They have rearranged the machines. Whatever the ideal time was there, that ideal time was saved by that company. And after that, with same worker, with same facility, just with the rearrangement of the machines and some little bit arrangement, if company can, or if that worker can produce 60 products per shift, definitely company will get 6,000 rupees per shift. So because of this rearrangement, whatever the we can call it as the inefficient arrangement was there, or the time consuming arrangement was there, it is just changed a little bit, and because of that changed arrangement, or whatever the previous system is there, we have made certain changes into that system and make it more effective, and because of that, instead of 50 products, a company now can produce 60 products per shift. Ultimately, that profit is whose profit? Whether it is all company profit? No. If company earns more, definitely it will given to the particular persons who are working for that 8 hours. Their salary may be increased, different allowances may be added in a number of conditions. That is, we are not looking at that. Is it right? But ultimately, productivity is also increased 50 to 60, and Because of that productivity increased, ultimately profit is also increased. Is it right? This is the I, industrial engineering. To establish the method for improving the operations and controlling the production to reduce the scrap and reducing the operation cost. So this is the another target is there in front of industry. Improving the operations, controlling the production, reduce to scrap. Many times what happens, all of you are knowing casting process, all of you are knowing machining process. Is it right? In casting process, in machining process, lot of scrap is produced. And we are thinking that scrap may be because of that material removal or some machining process, etc. Or in casting, whatever the unwanted parts are there, it may be cut down, etc. It is not like that. If casting process you have studied already, if you are using a casting, poor casting technique, I am calling it that. Poor casting technique, then your scrap will be more, and producing the finished part from that particular casting is little bit difficult. Then whatever the produced parts are there, that means previously produced parts, it may be of no feel, half feel. Is it right? Some crack may be there. Whatever may be the produced parts are there, they will act as, or they will become as a scrap. Okay, so that scrap doesn't have the value at, or that value of scrap is not equal to the value of the product. Scrap is always having less cost and reduce the operation cost. So let's say molten metal is prepared. You are knowing in casting we require to prepare the molten metal. That molten metal is prepared and it is poured into the cavity. Do you know this casting process? How it works? We have to prepare the cavity. We have to pour the molten metal into that cavity, and after solidification, we will get the required casting. Do you know this particular process? Anybody please reply. Do you know casting process? Anybody please reply.
No, sir.
Rishikesh, you don't know? Shubham has given reply, yes. Rishikesh, do you know?
No, sir.
Casting MP, second year, first semester.
I missed some lectures.
Okay. So this is the particular method. We have to prepare the cavity in sand with the help of pattern, and in that cavity we have to pour the molten metal. Okay. So here we are talking about reduction in operation cost. So molten metal is prepared. Whether that molten metal is known, whether I should be poured into the cavity which can be give a good product, or in the cavity which is not, it is half filled or not fulfilled. No. If you pour that molten metal into, let's say, two cavities, one cavity, one casting may be finished one, very good one, and another cavity may give you the half filled casting. But to create that molten metal, to melt the material, some electricity is required, some coal is required. Again, to purchase that coal, some cost is required. If electricity is there, electricity bills are there. Is it right? That means if you are producing two casting, one is good casting and one is defective casting, or import we can call it as not properly poured casting, then for both the conditions, whatever the molten metal preparation of molten metal is there, it is same one. Same electricity utilized, same coal is used, same cost is there, same time is required. But still, one cavity gives the better control on the process, it gives a better product. Another cavity doesn't have the better product, doesn't give the better control. Then one cavity which gives the good product, for that whatever the operation cost is there, it is fully utilized, fully supported. But where the defective part is produced or unpoured material, unpoured casting is prepared, at that time whatever the electricity, whatever the coal cost is there, whatever the human efforts are there, these are waste. These are waste. These are not improving the company profit. It will not improve the productivity. Is it right? So we have to reduce this operation cost also. So we have to do such operations where the particular operation is perfectly completed, it is become successful, no wastage, no scrap will be generated too much, and within one stroke the part will be completed, so that ultimately it increase the productivity. Ultimately productivity helps increase in the profit. Is it right? IE provides some special services to production department. Industrial engineering provide some special services to production department, like method study, time study. These are very, very important. How many times we are utilizing 100% for our improvement. In industry, workers are there. So we have to think about that. Out of 8-hour shift, how much time they have spent on the unproductive time, like tea break, lunch break, going for the latrine. Is it right? So some chit chatting between the workers. So how much time they are spending on such unproductive work, and how much time they are spending on the productive work? That comes under this social services or social special services. Then it is concerned with development, improvement, and implementation of integrated system of people. Integrated system of people, money, knowledge, information, equipment, energy, material, to specify, predict, and evaluate the results to be obtained from such systems or processes. Where this industrial engineering concern having its concern, it concern to the development, improvement, and implementation of a system. Hello? Hello, any doubt is there? Anyone is trying to speak in between? Any doubt is there? Any doubt? Okay. So these all things are concerned with development, improvement, and implementation of integrated system of people. So we have to improve the people. We have to give the trainings to the people. It is not like that we are not giving trainings to the people. We have to improve the technical abilities of the people. Then we have to increase them. We have to increase the money. That means we have to increase the profit. We have to increase the knowledge. Whatever the basic knowledge is there to do any job, we have to increase that particular knowledge, how betterly we can do that particular job. Information, equipment, we have to improve the equipments also. Old equipments are replaced with new equipments. For that, money is required. Knowledge of that equipment is required. Energy, material, we can able to use better materials. To specify, predict, and evaluate the results to be obtained from such systems or processes. So we have to specify this, we have to predict these things, we have to evaluate. When that evaluation can be possible? When you make a pinpointed analysis, detailed analysis, and then you are at the some concluding remarks. When you are able to give some concluding remarks, and with the help of that concluding remarks, if whatever the process is there or whatever the lacunas are there, if it is gets solved, then the evaluation can be done. Industrial engineers carry out such analysis in order to achieve the objective of increasing the productivity or profit. So according to the industry, this is the final, we can call it as the final particular aim, that increase the productivity or increase the profit. As productivity is increased, definitely profit is going to be increased, because profit and productivity are, we can call it as the linear to each other. As productivity increases, definitely profit is going to be increased. Then IE, industrial engineering, is associated with organization structure, administrative techniques, and human problems. And at the same time, he has correlate efficiency of the system and working group. So industrial engineering is not only related to only workers, their time study, method study, or technical analysis. It is also related to organization structure. What is meant by organization structures? In any industry, if you look at, there is MD, managing director. Below that, assistant directors are there. Below that, different managers are there. Assistant managers are there. Foremen are there. Sorry, supervisors are there. Below that, foremen are there. Below that, workers are there. Sweepers. So this is called operation structure. Sometimes some people group, if they have started the industry, the group of the chairman is there. Is it right? Some MD is there, assistant MD is there, manager is there, assistant manager is there. So like this is the organization structure, or we can call it as the organizational hierarchy. Administrative techniques. So what are the administrative techniques are there? Problem solving techniques may be there. So if any worker, it is not like that every worker can design plan and he will go to the particular his manager. Some people are having that capability, that administrative techniques, how to you manage the things. Many times we are making the statements which create the problem, not solve the problems. And human problems. Each worker, each person has his own different problems. I will try to solve all these such types of problems. At the same time, he has correlate the efficiency of the system and working group. What is meant by efficiency of the system and working group? If in a industry, let's say 10 groups are working or 10 departments are there. So 10 departments means 10 working groups. Out of that 10 working groups, 6 groups are working very nicely and 4 groups are not working. They are just completing their work. 6 groups are working up to 100% efficiency or sometimes more than that. But what are the 2 groups are there? They are not even working at 20% efficiency also. If you make the average out of these all the things, 10 groups, 6 groups 100% working, 60 marks or 600 marks. 4 groups not working as per the requirement, 20 or 30 marks. Totally becomes 700 marks. So out of 1000, it gives, this particular organization gives only 70% of the task. This organization may be complete only 70% of the given task. So why such conditions will be there? Because we are not following the efficiency of the system and efficiency of the working group. If 10 working groups are there and all 10 working groups decides we will keep our efficiency at 100%, definitely it will reflect into the efficiency of the system, and that efficiency of the system is going to be improved. So that is also we have to look into this introduction of industrial engineering. Next one is the definition of industrial engineering. What is the definition? Industrial engineering can be defined in various ways. What are these different ways are there? It is the branch of engineering which deals with certain and it is the branch of engineering which deals with creation and management of systems that integrate people, machine and material resources in productive way. So according to the one of the author, this particular industrial engineering is the branch of engineering which deals with creation and management of the system which integrate the people, machine and material resources in productive way. Second definition is it is the concern with efficient production, design, method, analysis and planning of workers' jobs, economical handling of raw materials and their flow through production processes and the effective control or efficient control of inventory and finished goods or finished products. What is this finished parts, finished goods, inventory? In the second definition, many words are coming which are new to us. So efficient production, what do you mean by efficient production? Definitely production should be increased. Design, efficient design means whatever the previous design mistakes are there, it can be reduced. Methods, whatever the previous methods are there, in that whatever lacuna is there, it is removed. Analysis, many times lacuna in the analysis also there, that is also removed. Planning of workers' job, economical handling of raw material and their flow through the production process and efficient control on the inventory and finished products. So what do you mean by inventory? Inventory is nothing but the storage. So how many goods or how many parts we can storage, make the storage. Okay, so that is previous chapter was there in war, inventory control. Just to take a simple example, in your house, we are making the different storage, wheat, rice. Is it right? So how many wheat we have kept? Maybe 100 kg wheat, 50 kg rice we can store in our house. Is it right? But how many we can call it as the vegetables we can keep in our house? Vegetables may be required for 1 or 2 days, or lastly 8 days. Is it right? So why? Because vegetables are immediately getting finished, or they will be easily utilized, or if it kept for longer time it will damage. Simple. But wheat and rice, it will be kept for 6 months also. So that is called inventory. Which atom inventory should be kept at what levels? ABC analysis is there. If time permits, we will go for that also. So this is the second definition. Third definition, according to the American Institute Industrial Engineers, AIIE, has defined IE as development, improvement, and implementation of integrated system of people, money, knowledge, information, equipment, energy, material to specify, predict, evaluate the results to be obtained from such a system or processes. Okay, development, improvement, and implementation of integrated systems of people, money, knowledge, information, equipment, energy, material to specify, predict, and evaluate the results to be obtained from the such a systems or processes. These are the different definitions of the industrial engineering. Okay, so these are the some definitions of industrial engineering. Then contribution of F.W. Taylor. Who is this F.W. Taylor? F.W. Taylor is known as father of scientific management. He had developed management principles scientifically. So what is this management, scientific management or management principles are there? So all of you are knowing that in industry different revolutions where takes place. First revolution, second revolution. I am talking about industrial revolutions. So firstly, the Ford Motor has developed that assembly line concept. Persons will stand at his own location, and the parts will travel to that particular person and assembly will be done. So assembly line is started firstly with Ford Motors. Then what are different managements are there of industry? They are acquiring the maximum profits and very less, we can call it as the facilities are provided to the worker. Then this particular man came into the picture, that is F.W. Taylor, and he developed a scientific management. In previous days, it is not like that. That 12-hour shift may be there. There is no target of anything. That means for each shift, people can run, work. Is it right? So F.W. Taylor came into the picture. He studied the thing scenario along with this industry, and he developed that scientific management principles. Like shift may be of 8 hours. Is it right? Target should be given. Then profit is also shared to the particular worker. Then he started, Taylor contributes by virtue of his work study and time study, where whole work is broken down into the element. What is that work study and time study? So what work we are doing? So let's say manufacturing of automobile or manufacturing of two-wheeler. So that manufacturing of two-wheeler, this work is divided into various small elements. That one person will just work on chassis, another person will work on just wheels, another person will work on just handle. So that work breakdown, it is called work breakdown structure is there. And time study, how much time is required? If 8-hour shift is there, how much people can effectively work? Or out of 8 hours, how much time is given for lunch? How much time is given for, we can call it as a latrine or tea break? How much time is required to pass the material from one machine to the another machine? So that all the things are comes under this work study and time study. What type of work you are doing and how that particular work is divided into the small elements, so that at one time we can work on that small element only, and we can easily complete that small element rather to complete whole work at a time. And time study tells us to reduce the ineffective time. Okay, and for that what actions he has given or proposed the following actions. He has proposed the following actions. He has proposed the following suggestions. Collect the data on each element of the work and developed the standardized procedure for worker. So let's say one example is there. You are going for fishing operation. You are going for turning operation. How much time is required for doing the turning operation? Okay, let's say one example. I'll just draw here one particular point. So let's say this is the job. Okay, so this is the particular one job is there that you have to manufacture. This is the stepped job is there. Okay, it has this much drill. This is the drill, and here threading is there. Just I will mark here threading. So like threading is there on this particular part. Okay, so what operations you are going to do? Here we are going to do the particular first, suppose this much raw material is given to you. Then first you are going for this side facing, is it right? Then you are going for turning, this side facing also second facing, turning of middle part. Then this particular shape will be produced, is it right? And after that, so this particular part is get removed, whatever the red color part is shown here. Then you are going for some drilling operation from this side, so that this type of drill can be produced. And then at last you are going for threading. So these are the steps in the particular job. Is it right? These are the steps to manufacture this job. So producing the job is one stage, one job. Then element of work. How much elements of works are there in this? One is called turning, one is called facing, second turning, third drilling, fourth threading. So 4 elements of works will be there. And then we again studied the time required for each of the particular operation. How much time is required for each of the operation? So that is first action. We develop standardized procedure for worker. Train and develop the worker. So you might be knowing that when you went into the industry, that time a training is given to the new people. It is not like that. The particular all newcomers will be immediately giving a certain responsibility. Again, training is given to the newcomers. So that training is required because the new workers are required to familiar with that industry. Develop the worker, developing abilities, developing certain abilities of that worker. Then strive the spirit of cooperation between management and worker so that high production has good pay. So that point I have mentioned previously. Whatever the profit is coming, management is taking that profit and workers are working on very low salaries. So that scenario has been changed with help of these principles of F.W. Taylor. As production increases, the management has to be give good pay. That means give good salary to the worker. So he strive the spirit of cooperation. So worker and management, these are two different points in industry, and cooperation between these 2 points is very, very important. Wage pay system. Wage pay system means salary plus other benefits. That means extra time. Previously, before Taylor, there was no, we can call it as the, no such a particular condition was there that if people are working beyond 8 hours or 12 hours, there is no extra time or extra time or extra money or wages, travel allowance, petrol allowance, such wages are not there. So they have introduced that wages payment system. If worker is working more, management has to be paid more. Is it right? So that particular action is also introduced. Elimination of wastage. So elimination of wastage in industry, different wastage are produced. How that wastage are eliminated? Scrap is eliminated. That is again resent to the casting industries or some another industries. Any other wastage may be there, water wastage, light wastage. Okay, so that elimination of wastage, that rule is came into the picture. Again, when wastage is saved, it will definitely increase the profit. And training to the workers, last important point. If the peoples are trained, then and then they will run the industry or they will develop the products of better quality. Okay, so in industry there are again 3 categories are there: skilled worker, semi-skilled worker, and unskilled worker. So every time industry is trying to moderate his qualification, moderate his training. Unskilled worker can be required to shift to the semi-skilled category. Semi-skilled worker required to shift to the skilled category. Skilled people can require to move above, that is expert category. So like this, training of each and individual is very important to increase the productivity, to increase the profit. So he has made the detailed study about the industry, about the worker, about the effectiveness, about the profit, about the wastage of time, about the method, and he has given the standardized procedure or standardized principles for all these particular things. And because of that, the definitely industrial revolution is increased, industrial growth has been there, and in terms of other way, the lifestyle of the workers are going to be increased as they are getting more money. So this is the contribution of Taylor, F.W. Taylor. He has written a very nice book on scientific management, how the management should work, how they should motivate the worker, how they should give certain allowances to the worker. Not only allowances, but he suggested in one of the chapter, I not thoroughly read, but in one of the chapter he suggested that management should give some bonus. Management should give certain prizes every year to the workers. Not to all the workers, but best workers. They should keep the healthy competitions. They should motivate the workers. So like this, many things he has developed. Then if we go to the Gilbert, this is again one of the scientists who developed his own theory of motion study, or in another sense we can call it as the micro motion study of the job. Here, firstly, Taylor has developed or Taylor has given focus initially on the work development, method development, training of worker, then wages to the worker. Is it right? So once trained workers are there, a properly set method is utilized, then a second scientist, Gilbert, has came into the picture. He contributed his work to motion study or micro motion study of the job. He just take one principle of the Taylor and he has further elaborated that dividing the work into the most fundamental elements possible, studying those elements separately and in relation to one another. Okay, so dividing the work into most fundamental elements possible. If you take any job, any work, that work should be divided into fundamental elements. And these elements should be studied separately and in relation with each other. Many times it is found that we are just studying the separate element and we are not counting its effect on another process or another element. So he has suggested that we should individually or singly study that element as well as that element relation with another process. He developed symbols to represent various operations. So there is confusion right now whether operation is in process or in transport. So here some points are given like select, transport, hold, delay and others. So many times we don't know whether material is in transport or material is selected or it is delayed like this. So he has developed a symbolic language so that the illiterate worker can also understand that language and can also understand what is going on right now. If one of the material, one of the work is on at particular machine, that is hold, then a certain symbol is used. If material is in transport, a certain symbol is used. It indicates that that material is in transport, that material is hold on this particular machine. And illiterate people can understand that particular part very easily. Then he developed a micro motion study as a graphical representation of many repetitive operations of short cycle. So whatever the industries very short cycles are used, for that he has developed a micro motion study in a graphical representation. Many times if we write anything, it is a little bit difficult to understand, but if we use the symbols, if we use the diagrams, if we use the graphs, it is very easy to understand it. So these are the some symbols which are used in micro motion study. So first, search. So here I symbol is used, and whatever the we can call it as our middle part of the eye is there, it is at one side. Search. When it is found, it is find. The same symbol is come into the center. Arrow stage select. Then inverted U in red color. Select grasp. Blue color U having baseline hold. Then green color half circle, and again in that one arc transport loaded. Green color half circle not having the inner circle, transport empty. Red color Devanagari 9, that is 9 position. Hash assemble. U in pink color use. Then hash but having only one horizontal line, that is disassemble. Assemble for 2 lines, disassemble 1 line. Vertical eye inspect. Red color 2 circle, 1 circle, 1 triangle, preposition. Okay, transport loaded. Again inverted symbol, release the load. Then home like particular thing and one side circle, unavoidable delay. Unavoidable delay means certain delays are there because of natural calamities or anything. Unavoidable delay. Then the blue color straight line, avoidable delay. Plan and rest. So these are the some symbols which are used in micromotion study. And based on this, the flow chart can be prepared in industrial engineering, and that charts can be used. So that if we know these symbols, then an illiterate person can easily understand what is going on. Okay, so what is the current situation, current status, what is going on? These are the some symbols for micromotion studies. Then objectives of industrial engineering. What are the objectives of industrial engineering? Selection of manufacturing process and assembly procedure. That is, we are knowing we have to select proper manufacturing process, proper assembly process, so that productivity can be increased. Establishing methods for improving the operations and controlling the production cost. Definitely, we have to establish the new methods if old methods are not working, and we have to improve the operations so that production cost can be reduced. Developing ways of reducing cost. So how we should reduce the cost so that profit can be increased, that we have to find. Researching ways of improving the efficiency of the process. So researching means already we are knowing the processes, but how to improve the efficiency of that process? For that we have to again study that process from the basics. That is called researching way of the improving the efficiency of the process. Improving production processes and simultaneously ensuring the work safety. So safety corners we have to take into the consideration. We should work in safety environment. We should work in safety environment. We should not make any kind of unsafe environment in the industry. That fire extinguishers are required, some buckets are required for fire and or not other unsafe environment. Selection of tools and equipments and designing them in case of special requirement. So proper tools are used with proper equipments so that whatever the work is assigned, whatever task is assigned, it can be completed in fast way, in easy way. Facility design, which includes plant location, layout, machine, material handling system, raw material and finished goods storage facility. So each industry required these particular things. Okay, so if your plant location is very remote, then there may be the problem of transportation. Plant location, layout of that particular plant, where, at what, in that plant, at what location, which machine is kept, machines layout, material handling system, from one point to another point, how that material is required to be moved. Because material handling system, why it is important? In industry, heavy materials are used. It is not feasible to carry with them. So we require to develop some material handling system. Material conveyors are there. The rock, which conveyors we are using, whether we are using some chain conveyors or some, we can call it as the chain conveyors, roller conveyors, etc. that we have to find. The material handling system is there. Raw material and finished goods. Storage facilities. Raw material can be kept at what side? Goods, prepared goods are kept at where? So that proper storage facility is required. Otherwise, finished goods may be damaged because of some environmental conditions. Raw material get damaged because of some environmental conditions. Like this, we have to find. Establishing production planning and control system and quality systems for smooth functioning of organization. The proper planning of the project is required. Proper planning of day-to-day activities is required. And whether that planning is successful at the end of the day or at the end of the 1 month, at the end of the 1 week, that particular feedback or control system we have to find. Then quality of that particular system or quality of that particular parts, what are the set points are there, planned parts are there, that we have to understand, that we have to check for smooth functioning of the organization. Developing time standard, job evaluation and merit rating along with the incentive schemes. That incentive schemes already I told, give some incentive to workers, give some bonus to the worker, give wages system to the worker if they have developed a very nice job throughout the year, throughout the month, throughout the shift. Is it right? Then give some merits to their works, poor, good, moderate, excellent. Because of that, they will also create the healthy competition between the workers, and they will try, they will go for some best, giving the best for the organization. Installation of value engineering and performance standard of a system. So value engineering is another big topic. So what work I am doing, whether I am having value of that work or not. So that is also considered here. So that all parts, all things we are going to introduce in this industrial engineering objective. So these objectives we have to achieve by studying this industrial engineering or by implementing this industrial engineering to the particular industry.